Oh, Greta Gerwig, your trailer is pretty sneaky. You didn't warn me that the villain is the patriarchy. But since you're a talented director I highly respect, I wanted to listen to you. So, Barbie Land is a perfect ecosystem of unending happiness and sleepovers for women as long as men are kept in place and under their spell through unriveted love. Barbies hold all government positions and they're doctors and engineers while Kens are just morons. This movie does have heart by exploring how difficult it is to be a woman. The caveat is, all those difficulties are caused by men. Obviously, this movie wasn't made for me, but I enjoyed some of it. Spoiler alert. The opening scene wasn't original, but pretty clever. So little girls are playing with baby dolls, feeding them, singing lullabies for them to sleep until an unknown narrator says, "But taking care of babies is only fun for a while. Ask your mother." That was funny, I admit. And that's when these little girls discovered Barbie, the new image every little girl should aspire for. And so, little girls destroyed their baby dolls like monkeys committing murder for the first time in Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. Greta Gerwig is trying to say that Barbie is responsible for women not wanting to be stuck at home as housewives, but instead be independent, confident, and beautiful 24/7. In my opinion, it was a respectfully done homage to one of the best directors in history. Margot Robbie plays typical Barbie who lives in a matriarchal world ruled by President Barbie. Typical Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, doesn't really know his purpose of existence except to be Barbie's boyfriend, which neither him or Barbie knows what that means. They flirt all day, but at night, Barbies have slumber parties, which Kens aren't allowed in. That makes sense because the Ken doll is just an accessory in the Barbie franchise. And Greta Gerwig uses that detail as a source of conflict as it motivates Ken to rebel against Barbie later on. Barbies are born with tiptoed feet, perfect for high heels that elevate height and beauty. That also makes sense because every Barbie doll is born wearing high heels, which in real life hurts. And Greta Gerwig uses that detail as the source of a more meaningful internal conflict. That even after women remove their heels, they're still expected to be perfect and suffer from that pursuit of 24/7 beauty. Until one day, Barbie thought about dying. The next day she woke up with flat feet and cellulite on her leg. Turns out, Barbies are conscious beings that represent dolls in the real world, like in The Matrix. Kate McKinnon was once a normal Barbie until she was overplayed by her owner, who drew stuff on her face and eventually abandoned her after the owner grew up. Kate McKinnon acts like Morpheus offering Neo the red pill or the blue pill, the ugly truth or the comfortable lie. And so, Margot Robbie has to go to the real world, find her owner, then convince that person not to do what weird Barbie's owner did. But Ken tags along. She doesn't need a man in this journey but lets him come as long as he stays in the backseat. Okay, I get it. Anyway, in the real world, Barbie discovers that all men are animals without manners, while women are suffering like America Ferrera, who designs Barbies for Mattel, but her designs have gone darker and more realistic with Anxiety Barbie, Midlife Crisis Barbie, and Depression Barbie. And then, Will Ferrell and his 11 disciples captured Barbie. As for Ken, they don't care. Nobody really knows him. Then Barbie escaped. Now, the way they chased her was very cartoony, which is strange because America Ferrera and every other female character acts normal, except for Will Ferrell, his 11 disciples, and every other male character in the movie. It seems like even the smartest men in the real world are as dumb and stupid as cartoons. I really get it, Miss Gerwig. Anyway, Barbie meets her owner, Sasha, which also happens to be America Ferrera's daughter. Barbie introduced herself as Barbie. Then Sasha does a monologue manifesto about how Barbie has polluted the minds of little girls with this unachievable standard of beauty, and that they haven't played with a Barbie doll since they were 5 years old. Barbie was heartbroken. She cries, but sitting beside her is an elderly woman, and Barbie said, "You're beautiful." Margot Robbie is amazing at drama. With a single tear followed by a single line of dialogue, she changes the tone of the movie in an instant. Plus, Greta Gerwig is always great at sprinkling light drama on top of silly comedy. It was one of the few moments where I found a bit of heart in this movie full of hatred against men. Anyway, with a broken heart, Barbie returns to Barbie Land, which Ken has turned into Kenland, after finding books about the patriarchy from the real world. One of them was How to Start a Patriarchy for Dummies. The ending is where the movie is most meaningful, but something ruined it. The Kens enjoy the benefits of patriarchy. Barbies now do laundry and bake cookies. But the men are still dumb, so how did these smart women become subjects? The only way this would work is if they were held at gunpoint. Greta Gerwig usually doesn't have plot holes like this, but anyway, the point is, Barbie is devastated. And so America Ferrera gathers all Barbies and tell them what it's like to be a real woman. It's hard. Cellulite is the easy part. That despite sacrifices by women, at the end of the day, everything is their fault. America Ferrera's raw and honest delivery of that monologue was so on point. It seems like everything that happened in the movie builds up to this beautiful moment where I remembered my mom and the sacrifices she made for me. I also thought about the times I acted like a complete asshole towards her, and I wondered if she wished she had smashed my head as a baby. Thanks, Mom, for not doing that. However, after that heartfelt speech, America Ferrera tells the Barbies how to manipulate men, make them vulnerable by pretending to like them, praise their egos, then break their hearts. And at some point, out of the blue, one character admits that even women hate women. Good job. What a positive message for little girls watching this, that success in life depends on how good you are at manipulating people and taking advantage of them if it benefits you. Anyway, the heartbroken Ken admits that his only purpose of existence is to be Barbie's boyfriend. Barbie encourages him to find his own identity, then Ken gives up control of Barbie Land. In this final scene, Ryan Gosling's character finally gets some respect for 1 minute, because after that, Ken's went back to being an accessory in Barbie Land. Which makes sense because the Barbie franchise is like the fashion industry, where male models only make a quarter of what women make. In the same way, I could only assume that only one Ken doll gets sold for every 10 Barbies. Ryan Gosling is the funniest actor in the movie, but everyone, especially Margot Robbie, showed this ability of switching from comedy to drama without it feeling forced. Barbie teaches this idea that men and women should compete with each other instead of working with each other. Well, if I learned anything from Barbie and Ken's relationship, it's that one of the greatest problems a woman will encounter in life are men, and one of the greatest problems a man will encounter in life are women. But we keep doing it anyway. Try solving that. Barbie also teaches that matriarchy is the solution to a corrupt world run by men, and the embodiment of that corruption is the maker of Barbie itself, Mattel. But I googled the real Mattel and found out that their current board of directors include 9 men and 2 women. So if Mattel is indeed this evil corp run by people who sold their souls to the devil, that means in the real world, anyone can sell their soul to the devil regardless of what's between their legs. But Greta Gerwig ignores that and believes only men are capable of evil. Although, I thank her for reminding me that I should respect my mom. I hope that's the message of love we get beneath all the hatred. Anyway, that was my experience with this movie, if anyone cares. Thanks for watching.